Okay, let's begin on the bottom of Kuf Lamed Hey Amid Aleph. Amar Rav Asi. Rav Asi has the following statement. So we've been discussing the pasuk in the beginning of Parshas Tazria. Uvayom Hashmini Yimol B'Sar Orla. So on the eighth day, there's a mitzvah to circumcise the child. The pasuk before that, in the beginning of Tazria, has it in that a woman who gives birth to a baby boy is tameh for 7 days. So the Gemara understands from the pasuk Isha Kisazriya that the tuma only takes place if the childbirth is a natural childbirth. But if it's not a natural childbirth, it's a C-section, a cesarean section, so then the woman would not have the 7 days of tuma. So Rav Asi says, Kol she'imo tmea leida nimo lishmona. So Rav Asi links these two psukim, these two dinim, that whenever the mother has this tumas later, the 7-day tumas later, so then the child is nimo lishmona. Then the bris has to be on the 8th day. Kol she'ein imo tmea leida. Anytime the mother does not have tumas leida, like Rashi says, like if it's a C-section, or even if let's say a non-Jewish woman has a baby boy and then converts the next day and converts the child. So the mother does not have tumas leida. She wasn't Jewish when the child was born. So in that case, ein nimo lishmona. In either of those cases, the bris would not be on the 8th day. It could be any day. It could be as soon as possible. The baby could even be younger than 8 days old. Shenemar Isha he says, Riv Zachar v'tama. Right, and Rav Asi gets it from the pasuk in Tazria. In the next pasuk, Yemeshmini Yimol B'Sar Lasa. So those two pasukim next to each other tells Rav Asi this din. Amali Abaye disagrees. Doros harishonim yochichu she'ein imo tmei leida v'nimo lishmona. So Abaye says can't be. If you look, the mitzvah of bris milah goes back to Bereshis, goes back to Avram Yitzchak, and Yitzchak had his bris on the 8th day, and there was no tumas leida yet. The mitzvah of tumas leida didn't come yet until Matan Torah. So Abaye says there can't be that these two halachos are linked because the mitzvah of bris milah on the 8th day is much older than the mitzvah of tumas leida. So Amar Le, as Rav Asi's response is, yeah, nitna Torah v'nischad halacha. So true, maybe before Matan Torah, a bris on the 8th day was an independent halacha, but once Matan Torah was given, once Matan Torah occurred, these two halachos became linked. So the Gemara challenges Rav Asi, Ini, is that really so? Is it really possible that in such a case the bris milah does not have to be on the 8th day? But don't we have the following discussion? Yotzei dofen u'mishiyesh l'shtei orlos. That if a child is a yotzei dofen is the Gemara's term for a cesarean section. Literally, yotzei dofen, the baby came out yotzei dofen through the wall. U'mishiyesh l'shtei orlos, or a child by some birth quirk has 2 orlos to be removed. Ravuna Rav Chia barav chad amar mechalulin Allah ves haShabbos v'chad amar ein mechalulin. So there's a machlokas between Rav Huna and Rav Chia barav whether such a bris is doche Shabbos. So Rav Chia barav, one of them says you are mechal Shabbos, one says you're not mechal Shabbos. Okay, but ad kan lo pligi el chalelo lavas Shabbos. Av l'shmona vade mahalilin. So you see from this machlokas they're debating if such a bris may be done on Shabbos. That's but they seem to both be agreeing that the bris is supposed to be on the 8th day. The question is, would it be doche Shabbos if the 8th day were Shabbos? And that is indeed how we paskin. We paskin that if a child is born by a cesarean section, so the bris milah is still done on the 8th day, health permitting, but it would not be doche Shabbos. If a child were born by a C-section on Shabbos, then the bris would not be the next Shabbos; it would be the next Sunday. Okay. So, but this machlokas, the one who says you're not machal Shabbos, seems to be saying, but you do it on the 8th day. And the one who says you are machal Shabbos, it sounds like he says you're on the 8th day. So Rav Asi's response is Yehabaha Tali. Rav Asi's response is, no, it goes together. The one who says you're machal Shabbos disagrees with me that it's not done on the 8th day. And the one who says you're not mechal Shabbos because he holds like me that it doesn't have to be done on the 8th day. Again, we don't paskin that way. We paskin that they're not connected. That the bris should wait until the 8th day, but it's still not Tocha Shabbos in case it was a C-section. But that's how Rav Asi negotiates that machlokas. Okay. And the Gemara says this machlokas is actually a machlokas tanoim. Kit tanoi, the Gemara says this machlokas is a modern Amora day equivalent of a earlier Tana machlokas. Yesh yilid bayis shenimol yachad, yesh yilid bayis shenimol lishmona. Yesh miknas kasef shenimol yachad, yesh miknas kasef shenimol lishmona. Okay, so this Bryce is referring to, let's look at the end of Parshas Lech Lecha, where Hashem tells Abraham to give himself and Yishmael a bris milah, as well as any members of their household. The Torah says any yilid bayis or miknas kasef, meaning anyone born into your household or purchased into your household, meaning even servants, required a bris milah. So this Bryce is saying, so the milah that is performed on a yilid bayis, born into the household, or miknas kasef, bought into the household, they in theory could be done on day one, earlier than the 8th day, or maybe they're done on the 8th day. So depending on the situation. So now the Bryce explains: Yesh miknas kasef shenimol yachad, yesh miknas kasef shenimol lishmona. How would you have a situation where a purchased servant would be circumcised on the first day, and sometimes on the 8th day? So if a person were to purchase a shifcha, a maidservant who is pregnant, and then she were to give birth, so that child was purchased. So if the child was born in the ownership of the Jewish home, so then the child would be circumcised on the 8th day. If the mother and child are purchased together, the child's already born, so that would be miknas kasef, which would be circumcised right away, even if the baby is not 8 years old yet. Okay. Yesh yilid bayis shenimol lishmona. Similarly, children born into the household can be circumcised on the 8th day or the first day. Ketzad, how could that be? If a person purchases a shifcha and she becomes pregnant, okay, so then she has the child that would be born into the household and circumcised on the 8th day. Rav Chama Amar Yaldi v'charkach hitpilo zeh yilid bayis shenimol yachad. Hitpilo v'charkach yalda zeh yilid bayis shenimol lishmona. Okay, here's the machlokas part that the Gemara was referring to. Rav Chama says it's possible for a yilid bayis to still be circumcised before the 8th day. So how would that happen? So if anytime a shifcha becomes part of a Jewish home, she converts to Judaism. So that's done through tefillah and a mikvah. So if she gives birth as a non-Jew, and then she converts, so that means she never had tumas leida, and because she wasn't Jewish when she gave birth, and the child is born, and the bris milah can be right away. If she converted before she gave birth, and she was Jewish when she gave birth, then there is tumas leida. So Rabbi Chama is apparently holding, like Rav Asi, that the din of bris milah on the 8th day is connected to the tumas leida that a Jewish mother has when she gives birth to a boy. There's also tumas leida when gives birth to a girl, but that's not for now. Okay, Batana Kama lo shanilan bein hitzvil v'charkach yalda, and Rabbi Chama is arguing with the Tana Kama, who holds that doesn't make a difference. Hitzvil v'charkach yalda ben yalda v'charkach hitzvila. Doesn't matter which came first. It doesn't matter if the conversion or the birth happened. Which one happened first? Either way, there's going to be a bris milah on the 8th day, irrespective of whether or not the mother has tumas leida. So this machlokas Tanai between Rav Chama, and the Tana Kama mirrors the machlokas, or I should say the other way around. The machlokas of Asi and Abaye mirrors this machlokas Tanai. Okay, we will stop there. Very good.